On a housing estate in Hampshire, a motorist has been pulled over by the traffic cops.
According to our system, you've got an expired provisional licence. You've got no ID on you, which I find very hard to believe. You've not even got a handbag with anything in it.
No, I haven't.
She's just one of an army of illegal drivers, trying the patience of cops like PC Steve Woodward.
Is that right, you got an expired provisional?
Last time I'm in, no.
What last time you knew? You're an unlicensed, and I think an uninsured driver, if you hit, let's say one of these boys ran out in front of you on his bike, all right? You're not talking about a few points on your licence, you could be looking at 5 years in jail. Yeah, it's that serious. The accident might not even be your fault. You got kids? Right, if one of them got hit by an unlicensed, uninsured driver, yeah, you'd be screaming blue murder, wouldn't you? Right, that's what this is all about, okay?
Until recently, motorists were allowed 7 days to produce their documents or face a fine. But now, new police powers mean their cars can be taken away immediately, and if valid documents are then not produced, obliterated.
All those that are uninsured and unlicensed, they shouldn't be on the road. They're not entitled to be on the road. They don't pay to be on the road, and at long last, we've been given something to actually remove them.
Can you fucking turn it off? Because you're getting on my nerves, I swear to God.
Well, that's going to do your case a lot of good, isn't it?
He's pissing me off. Do you want me to get my tits out or what?
No thanks.
It's the best weapon we've ever been given to rid the roads of uninsured and unlicensed drivers.
Today, in Cosham, near Portsmouth, the traffic cops are preparing for an offensive against the crooked drivers.
It's just a quick briefing about the new powers for seizure of vehicles.
Armed with their new weapon of destruction.
If you haven't got a licence, or you haven't got insurance, or both, kiss your car goodbye, because we're going to have it. I can't emphasise enough just how good it feels to actually have something with some teeth.
In Portsmouth, the traffic cops are on the prowl, hunting for cars to turn into tin cans. PC's Nick Elcombe and John Lansley are going to look in a place they know well.
What we're doing now is just moving into Buckland, which is another area of Portsmouth. Another residential housing estate. Not very big, but a lot of people live here.
This was my first beat when I arrived in Portsmouth after my probation. I knew I'd arrived. Had a fridge lobbed off the balcony at me. I said to him, I'm not allowed to accept gifts, it's an integrity issue.
We do have fun, we do bicker. I suppose we're a bit like a married couple sometimes. But we get on and do the job.
The job means looking for the telltale signs which say this motorist shouldn't be on the road.
That Renault 19 that's 2 cars in front of us. It looks interesting.
Seeing this Renault 19 with the driver that looked very uncomfortable, he was leaning forward in the seat as if he hadn't set the seat right. It just looked strange. It stopped of its own accord. I got out and spoke with the driver. There's nothing wrong with just stopping him and just having a chat. Saying hello.
One thing you learn about John very quickly is that his sixth sense very rarely lets him down.
Hello mate, how's it going? Hey. How's it going, you alright? Fantastic. It's alright, it's just a check, just to make sure you've got all your driving documentation and stuff. You've got it with you?
No documentation on me.
Have you got anything on you at all?
No, not at all.
No,
mate.
is it your car or is it yourself?
It's registered to me, mate. Yeah,
you got a full driving licence?
No. Yeah, I've got a full driving licence, yes, mate.
Yeah, okay. You got insurance to drive it?
Yeah, I get through, mate.
Yeah? No, I can do that. Okay, because you haven't got any documents at the moment, I'm going to ask you to produce them within 7 days.
7 days, yeah, Christy.
Okay. You anything to drink at all, sir?
No, mate, why?
No, just asking.
No, it's too early, mate.
You'll be surprised.
I've got my little boy in the car, mate. Come on. Stupid question to ask me, innit?
What's your address?
What's the address, babe? New address.
89.
I don't know my address. Okay, you're ringing alarm bells now. There is something you're not telling me.
You can go and check round there if you want, mate. We used to live at 8 Dartmouth Road.
Okay, first of all, I'm not your mate.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I don't know you.
Oh, you've got problems.
I haven't got a problem.
Problems, ain't you?
The little chap is heading in an all too familiar direction, towards another illegal driver.
I knew where this job was going. I was looking at seizing this person's vehicle.
Oi, mate, Christy.
If I become too friendly with them, I don't want them to suddenly retaliate when I've got my guard down. Henry, when did you get your licence?
When I get your licence back, we'll look at.
Right, okay. According to the computer, okay, according to the PNC, right, hold on, this vehicle doesn't have any insurance.
Well, it ain't got nothing. Well, Hill House Hammond then. Yeah, look, I've seen this all before.
Okay, all right, this vehicle doesn't have insurance. You're shown as a non-licence holder on the computer, okay, under a DVLA, Driver Vehicle Licensing Agency.
Yeah.
Okay, what is going to happen,
Yeah.
okay, because you're unlicensed
Yeah.
and you have no insurance,
Yeah.
is I'm going to seize your car. He was expecting a 7-day wonder. He was expecting me to give him a notice to say, go on, produce your documents in 7 days. In order to go and collect the vehicle,
Yeah.
it's going to cost you £105
What?
plus £12 every
What are you
day
doing
it's in
that for then?
storage.
Why are you doing that to me for then? Why can't you get my mum to come
Okay.
collect it now then?
All right.
Why are you doing that?
That-
I ain't done
that-
nothing wrong to you ever. Why are you doing that to me for?
Because you are driving without a licence and
How?
driving
How
without
What,
insurance.
because they've said it on DVLA?
Well, yeah, DVLA, the
What,
driving
because they've said
vehicle.
that?
He'd probably only paid £20, £40 for that vehicle, maybe a little bit. He might even paid £100 for the vehicle. And now I was telling him he was going to have to pay £105 to get that vehicle back and £12 a day for the next 14 days while it would be there.
This is shit. I'm having a fag now. You're in the breath like me, aren't you? 'Cause I'm having a fag. No, you're fine. See, that's what bullshit you are.
10 miles away, the traffic cops are patrolling in another new weapon they have at their disposal. A Skoda.
On performance, handling, braking, it is a fantastic vehicle. Really is very, very good.
PC Woodward is a self-confessed anorak when it comes to cop cars, and has even written a book about them.
I do love older cars, police vehicles in particular. This force was the first force in the country to use foreign cars, and we've been spoilt rotten over the years in comparison with a lot of other forces. I mean, we were using BMW 525s when North Wales Police were using Austin Maestros.
Inside the covert Skoda is the latest bit of crook-catching kit. It's an automatic vehicle recognition system called ANPR, which is able to scan each passing vehicle.
Every registration plate that it sees, it goes up to the database and back again in a couple of seconds, and if there's a flag on it, it'll come up on the screen. Even before you've seen the car, it's that quick.
For Woodward and PC Ian Horton, there's no need to scout around for iffy vehicles anymore. It's just a matter of parking up and waiting for them.
I missed that one completely. That Mondeo that went past, it missed it completely.
It's 99% accurate.
That's great, isn't it? Because that looked a right heap of shit, that one.
A VW Sirocco has triggered the alarm.
What is it?
VW.
There wasn't attention drawn to a white Sirocco, wasn't there?
for a moving vehicle, please. ANPR here.
Insurance not held.
Yes, Roger. I'll be our next customer then. We'll come back to you shortly.
No, we're still put away.
It came up that the vehicle was uninsured.
Is it yours? No. No? Who does it belong to then?
It was actually just been MOT'd that day and was being driven by a mechanic.
So, did it pass the MOT?
Yeah.
It did? Yeah. Have you got that on you now?
It's in the glove box.
In the glove box. Have a look.
The driver of the Sirocco is not the owner of the car.
Do you want to have a word with them? Because they say that it's not sold, apparently.
He's on the other end of the phone, and PC Woodward's got a nasty surprise for him.
Hello there. Oh, I'm fine, you? Right, do you want the good news or the bad news? Right, the bad news is that we now have new powers to remove uninsured vehicles from the road.
Is that CYM?
Have them taken away and crushed.
Oh, he was horrified.
Yeah, the good news is your car passed the MOT. The bad news is you've got no insurance. But your saving grace is that your mechanic here has got insurance which covers him to drive your car.
Fortunately for the owner, his Sirocco is going to be spared the crusher.
Had you been driving it and it was uninsured, then not only would we be taking it away and crushing it, but you'd have to pay the bill, plus you'd get fined for the no insurance, which would cost you a minimum of 8 points on your driving licence. If it transpires that he isn't insured, then we may still well come back and claim the car. Well, you won't be able to restore it if it's been crushed, will you? Bye-bye. He's over the moon, it's past his MOT.
Did he use the words modern classic?
Yes. That's when I laughed.
Woodward does up his own old cars too.
Oh yeah, he loves it.
His vintage cop cars.
I mean, I love classic cars, but I suppose each to their own. I think he called it a rolling restoration.
Oh dear. I can't believe that got through its MOT this morning. There's rust on it.
I own one and I'm custodian of another one that actually belongs to the Hampshire Constabulary. And we eventually tracked down several years ago a 1965 Volvo Amazon estate, which has now done 550,000 miles and it's still going strong. And the other one is a patrol car that I actually used to drive when I was stationed down in Portsmouth, which is a 1985 Volvo 240. Yes, I am a bit of a Volvo fanatic, but somebody has to be.
Back on the Buckland estate, Henry Willis, the unlicensed, uninsured driver, is adamant that the Renault 19 is his.
So why haven't you registered it in your name then?
It's registered, isn't it?
Yeah, it's registered, but not in your name.
Yeah, why isn't it registered?
Oh no, you tell me, you're the one with the document.
I know to sort all this stuff out. My logbook has been sent off, so this ain't got there for a while, but it should be in my name.
It's just what the cops wanted to hear, because it means they can now have it taken away and destroyed immediately.
It's not about being clever.
Take it, it's no take.
That's fine.
Take it.
It's fine.
Jack, take my car, crushing it. Jack. Yeah.
I want you to produce a
Taking the car away.
driving licence and insurance.
Is that Red Bull?
Okay, at Portsmouth Central Police Station. Okay, you know the score. If you fail to produce it, you do commit further offence. Understand
Fail
that?
to produce what? You're just going to go to court about it, innit?
Okay.
Just get a band.
Right. The second one, you're saying you're the owner.
What?
Hold on. You're saying you're the owner of this vehicle, okay, and you're happy for it to be disclaimed.
Well, if it weren't, you'd be arresting me, wouldn't you? So why
No.
are you just doing all this properly? You never do this any other time. You never in front
This
of this camera.
this power is
You
only...
never. You don't do this normally, do you, though?
He kept talking all the time. It was just non-stop. Okay, and it just says that you're disclaiming all rights and property of the vehicle. He might be the one that actually runs someone over, and because he doesn't have insurance, he's got something to hide. He'll run, and he'll run away, and he won't stand up for his actions.
Got another Browning point for say, look at you. Remember my face, innit? Just remember my face. Next time I'm not stopping, right? Next time, but just remember it. You ain't a face I can forget either.
Having had to suffer over the years where I've had to see people driving away, knowing full well that there's nothing further I can do to stop them, to actually see their reaction when they're not driving away, I have to say was somewhat gratifying.
Remember he was saying about having the logbook sent off? It's not in his name. There's the logbook. It's the full logbook.
The unmarked car crew are making their way to another well-known estate in Portsmouth, Lee Park.
Lee Park is one of Europe's largest housing estates. Like a lot of other housing estates, it has its problems. There is a criminal element that lives within Lee Park that need dealing with.
The ANPR's gone off again. Another car that's on the hot list.
What is it?
Peugeot. Mike 04 for a moving vehicle, please call in. Should be a Peugeot colouring.
PC Horton's being told that the owner of the Peugeot has declared it as being kept off-road, so it's not supposed to be driven.
We get told as soon as we check the car. That's one of the first things that flags up, is that there's a notice on it So if they're doing it to avoid paying the tax, then it doesn't work.
You insured?
Yeah.
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 Got it on you?
The first thing you look at is the tax disc. That'll be out of date.
Trish McEwen.
If the tax disc is out of date, that normally leads on to other things, insurance, MOT, etc.
So can I ask why it's on the road now then?
Because I had to go and pick my daughter up from hospital. She gave me a call. Do you know what I mean?
Via McDonald's.
Well, yeah, because she dialyses, see.
Right.
I get hungry.
Don't we all?
She was flanneling right from the word go.
You haven't got your driving licence on you?
No, it's all indoors with my insurance, I expect.
All right. Have you got a full licence?
Yeah.
There's various sort of different diversion tactics that people will try. It's you're backing them into a corner and they're trying to get out.
Have you got a full licence?
Yeah.
Sure. So just about to check.
No.
You haven't?
No.
You disqualified at the moment?
No.
Sure?
Yeah.
You see, you got no licence or a provisional?
Provisional.
You've got provisional. Okay. Right.
There's no getting away from it, whether they're uninsured and or unlicensed. We'll know, and we'll know all that within 30 seconds of speaking to you at the roadside.
Confirm an expired provisional licence.
Expired?
Does it
Yeah,
say why? Or when?
Doesn't say why or when, does it?
Because I got a ban for 2 months, would that be why?
Ah, that could be why then.
Yeah? See, they didn't explain to me in the court about that.
No, what?
Get banned.
You wouldn't. Your licence expires because a provisional licence doesn't last forever. It only lasts for a number of
didn't
years
know that.
until such time as you take your driving test.
No, I didn't know that at all.
They plead it, but most of them know more about it than I do.
So what's this? You want me a fixed penalty fine then?
Yeah.
The woman thinks she's just getting a fine. She's unaware she might have to make another sacrifice.
This ticket here is a fixed penalty ticket because you're driving a car without a date tax. Right, expired in April.
Yeah.
Okay, that's number one. Number two, because you're a provisional licence holder,
Yeah.
or a non-provisional licence holder, your licence has expired under Section 165 of the Road Traffic Act. Your vehicle is subject to us removing it from the road. Okay.
What do you mean by that?
What it means is because you are not entitled to drive the vehicle now, okay, I cannot just leave it here and walk away.
Well, I was going to get the garage to come and pick it up. That's what I'm going up
Well,
to my
you
daughter's
wouldn't
now.
have done had I not stopped you.
But no, I'd have gone
Right.
straight to the garage.
What I'm going to do is issue with some paperwork, okay,
Yeah.
and the vehicle's going to be taken off the road now by me, okay, until such time as you either produce a full driving licence or you ask the garage to scrap the car. That'll be done within the next 14 days.
Scrap the car?
Mm-hmm. Your vehicle's going to be removed from the road now, okay, to prevent you from driving it any further.
Well, I won't.
Well, I can only take your word. Everybody could tell me that, couldn't they?
But no, I won't, will I? So it'd be stupid, wouldn't it?
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was stupid of you to drive it this morning.
Well, I drove it to go and get her from hospital because of her knee.
That is not my concern.
Oh, so what am I going to do about my car then? Can I get someone to come and get it?
I will sort out the paperwork with you and then I'll go through it piece by piece. All right? Okay?
What now?
Yeah.
Once she realised that this is going to cost her money, she got a bit upset.
So if I leave it then, like 2-3 days,
Yep.
Saturday it'll have to be because my
Right.
boyfriend works.
Okay.
Right, so you're talking 1, 2, 3 days. That's
Yep.
what, £36 plus the £105.
Yep.
Well, you may as well keep the car, Mish.
Well, if you want to do that, hang on. Wait.
No, I
Just-
can't afford all that. do you
Well,
know
let
what
me
I mean?
explain then and I'll get you to sign something else. Saying that you're disclaiming all rights to it. Are you going to disclaim all rights to the vehicle? In which case it'll just be scrapped.
Yeah, scrap it.
All right.
Yeah. Let's get my bin liner around so I clean the car out.
A what? A bin liner?
Yeah. Fucking paying all that.
There's no getting away from it. It's instant, and it's going to happen right now. The reaction is nearly always the same.
I can't believe you think I'm fucking made of money. Do you know what I mean?
I don't feel any sympathy with them at all, purely and simply because I have to pay for my car insurance and my tax, so does my wife, so does my daughter, so does my son. Well, actually, I pay my sons at the moment. It costs us a lot of money, as it does every other single family who do things legally.
No, the key's on there.
So why should these people be allowed to get away with it? And they have been getting away with it for a long, long time.
Okay, thank you.
It's payback time.
She's decided at the drop of a hat that she's going to disclaim all ownership of the vehicle. So that's it. I've now had the keys, and the vehicle will be taken away and it'll be scrapped. So it's another one off the road. And good riddance.
We've actually seized in excess of 1,100 cars since we went live, and I think those figures are quite impressive. That's effectively 1,100 uninsured vehicles that aren't now driving around the roads of Hampshire.
The Hampshire traffic cop's favourite car to drive around in is the BMW X5. In Cosham, they were the first police in the world to use the BMW 4x4.
The BMW X5 took over where the Range Rover and the Land Rover Discovery left off. As a work tool, it really is first class. Our last Range Rover we had 3 engines in 70,000 miles. And the local yobs eventually did us all a favour and set fire to it. And we were the prime suspects for a while.
Tonight, PC Woodward's got the keys to his favourite motor. He's on his way back to Lee Park. Some colleagues are in trouble.
Got a call to go and assist a local unit who'd stopped one of their local lads driving a car that they suspected was unlicensed and uninsured.
In Hampshire, it's only the traffic police that have been given the new takeaway power.
Vehicles uninsured, drivers unlicensed, and it's obviously caused a few problems, which is why we're here at the moment.
The local cops have warned the man that his car is going to be seized, and he's not at all happy about it.
He was a bit gobby to start off with anyway. He was sort of chantering under his breath while he was moving stuff in and out of the car.
Has he got he's got nothing at all?
No, he's got no docs.
No docs is about to mean no car.
I think once he realised that he'd lost it and that we were going to take the car, he decided to wreak a little bit of revenge, shall we say.
What are you doing that for?
The man's pulled a knife on his own car tyres. Not a smart move.
You got a knife?
Mum! Alright. Give us your hand then, mate. Give us your hand then. Give us your hand then.
The cops are taking no chances with the knife man.
He's up.
Yeah, man, please, Clacton Road, ASA, please, one same.
Give us your upper arm, mate.
Please. Please. Please, can I get up?
Who's got the knife? You stay there, mate. You throw it over there.
Can I get up, please? Please.
Get him up.
Please.
I'll get you up, yeah?
Oh,
Lie on your side.
Cut a deep breath, that's all you need, alright? Just calm down. 1, 2, 3, up.
Can you release one of them?
No, mate.
Can you release one of them?
I think it was all bravado. It was all a big act because he had an audience. Perhaps he's rated as some kind of hard man where he lives.
Was there any need for any of this?
No, not really.
Well, you can't seize the car's not mine.
You were told.
The man's been taken away to the police station, but there might be a reprieve for his car. A friend has turned up to save it from being taken away by claiming it's his.
Oh, he just bought the car. He tried everything he could to convince us that he was the legal owner of the car. He'd only just bought it.
Has he given you the registration document then?
No, not
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for your help over the 2 days, mate.
Receipt?
I might have a note on my laptop, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
do. Cheers.
what time did all this take place then?
About
What
9
time-
o'clock.
What, and you can't remember? 2 hours ago?
The man is talking himself into a trap.
So allowing a car to be used,
Whilst uninsured?
yeah, but I didn't know he was using it, so alright.
Well, you alleging it's been stolen from you then?
No, but I didn't know that anyone had moved the car from that position.
You can't have it both ways, you see.
It's either stolen or you've given him permission to drive it, or you don't own it at all, which in this case was the right one.
We're going to get a lot of this under this power section 165, where we're going to get confrontation because we're taking people's cars away from them. Tough. If they were licensed and insured, we wouldn't be taking their cars. If you're going to drive it on the road, drive it legally, otherwise we'll have it our way.
The man with the knife was charged with causing criminal damage to his own car and given a 12-month conditional discharge. Slashing the tyres was to no avail, as it was taken and crushed anyway. As was the car belonging to the man who would not stop talking. He was also fined £140 for having no tax or insurance and given 8 points on his licence. And the owner of the red Peugeot, who agreed it would be stupid to drive without a licence or insurance, was fined £100 and given 6 points on her licence, as well as having her car crushed and turned into tin cans. Portsmouth, in Hampshire, is one of the most densely populated cities in Britain. It's Friday night, and the streets are crowded with revellers spilling out from the pubs and clubs. On the late shift, the traffic cops are often seen cruising downtown, a highly visible presence to deter troublemakers.
Portsmouth City is a violent place, like most cities. Drink-related violence is on the increase. On a Friday, Saturday night, we are always in the vicinity and then obviously there to call upon should our colleagues get into trouble.
In Portsmouth city centre, the traffic cops have been called in to help. There's been an incident in the nightclub area involving a man and his girlfriend who've been drinking heavily. They've been caught on CCTV camera. One of them, the girl, has gone to cross the road, but has been run down by a passing vehicle. Sergeant Wayne Voller is racing to the scene. He will take charge of an all too common occurrence.
We have an awful lot of collisions, particularly on weekends, with drunken pedestrians. Some serious, unfortunately. They're oblivious to traffic, they don't care about traffic, and they're just stepping out into the road.
We know who the girl is and everything, so they're still trying to sort out in the ambulance.
What's the boyfriend saying?
That's him over there. He's had a few to drink, to say the least, but he won't say that she's had anything other than alcohol. But
she's crossed into the path of a taxi who has hit her on his near side. She's struck the windscreen and fallen to the floor.
The girl's injuries are serious enough for the traffic cops to believe they may have a fatality on their hands. The area is being treated as a crime scene. The main witness doesn't want to know.
Because your girlfriend?
No, my girlfriend. She's with someone else, but she's got a baby with.
Right, shut up. Shut up, calm down. Right? I don't care who she is to you.
He was rather vague, obviously in drink, but he didn't really want to get involved, which was a bit bizarre.
How fast was the taxi going?
Well, quite fast, because I've gone into the middle there, there was no cars about. And then all of a sudden, she was coming across with me and she would have had enough time and the car's just gone flat like that.
He claimed that the taxi was speeding.
she's got a serious head injury. It took some time to stabilise her at the scene. She's now left under escort and we're left here to continue with the accident investigation now.
It's not clear who's at fault, but the taxi driver may have been speeding, so he's going to be detained.
I arrested the driver. Not to put the frighteners on them, not to scare them into admission of guilt. We need to get best evidence, which is take them to the local police station and we'll interview them. We'll get their first account.
Alcohol is almost certainly another factor. How much of it the pedestrian had drunk.
How much does had to drink?
About 5 pints and about 4 tequilas.
for a female to consume that much. She was, you know, well intoxicated, as an understatement.
Was she sober when you
Well, she seemed alright.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The taxi driver is going to the nick, accompanied by PC Powling. He's pleading his innocence.
I had no intention to do it, because I even hit the brake thinking that she was going to cross. Then she just went back, then she came back again.
Okay. You can explain all that to me in a minute in the interview, all right?
The driver of the taxi claimed there was nothing he could do.
The doctors rate her chances of survival as slim as we speak.
At the police station, the taxi driver's being booked in.
He was driving a white taxi east on Winston Churchill Avenue when he's collided with a female pedestrian. Independent witnesses state that he was driving at excess speed, and therefore he's responsible for the collision, so he's been arrested for causing the grievous bodily harm to that lady at this time. Okay. And he's here for a first account interview.
We've got a large taxi gathering down there who are obviously trying to make their money, get around quickly. You put the pedestrians under the influence of alcohol, put that all together, and you end up with something that doesn't mix.
At the traffic cop's base, another whodunit is brewing.
Left you a donut there, Christopher.
Who ate all the donuts?
Custard donut as well. What's the jam one there? Well, obviously Fat Jimmy's had one because there were 2 in there when we came in.
Well, I mean, what, you've eaten all them?
No, I haven't.
Since
I haven't touched them. No, they were left there.
But a phone call is interrupting their investigation.
I took the call from a police officer who was coming to work, and he phoned me direct on the mobile.
Which flyover again, Scott?
Saying there was a body or a person laying in lane 3 of the A27.
This vehicle's in lane 2, someone lying on the road. We're turning out now.
Portsmouth, lane 2.
Another pedestrian has run into trouble.
People lying in the road.
Close by to the police station.
Well, it was going through my mind that if he was there, he was going to get hit again and again, even before we got there.
The A27 in parts is a 4-lane section. It is the gateway between the 2 motorways.
Yeah, can you look on the camera and see if you can see anything?
The accident has happened near some roadworks.
Oh, you know what it's going to be. You know what it's going to be.
They think it might just be a workman's jacket lying in the road.
Yeah, Mike Charlie 09. We've got roadworks here. They're putting out cones, Did you hear that?
What's that?
There's people lying in the road. Be careful when you drive out.
We all basically arrived at the same time.
But it's not a false alarm.
Mike Charlie 09. Yeah, urgent. I need an ambulance. A27 eastbound, just prior to the slip-on. Member of the public has just been wiped out on the carriageway over. At this moment in time, he is conscious and breathing.
He could have rolled into lane 3, or he was partly in lane 3 already. It only took someone to drive past and wobble off the straight and narrow just slightly. He could have been hit. It was a death waiting to happen.
Your heart, is it? What's your name?
Incredibly, the man is not only still conscious, but talking as well. And today is his birthday.
Yeah, Mike Charlie 09, ambulance has just arrived over.
Thank you.
The A27 is just like a motorway, not the kind of place to go to stretch one's legs.
3 lanes of traffic bearing down on us, which we then have to close off outside 2 lanes so we can just keep 1 lane running.
The workman on the other side of the road witnessed what happened to the young man.
Celebrating his 18th birthday. He's out drunk. For some reason he's crossed 3 lanes of heavy, fast-moving traffic. Everyone's estimating 60, 70 miles an hour.
And straight away I'm starting to think, I haven't got a car driver at fault here, I've got a pedestrian at fault here, which certainly alters the way I deal with things.
The young man took an awful risk to get across the road. PC Hayward suspects he was trying to get away from somebody.
Have you been told it? Apparently he's had some facial injuries before we got here. Well, yeah.
Allegedly, yeah, you said he may have had that, yeah.
But Sergeant Voller has been told otherwise.
We know he wasn't being chased. The boys over there said he walked along.
Right.
on the hard stand in there all the way along.
What they say about
A27.
the facing?
They said he had those injuries beforehand, and he somehow explained to them that it's his birthday and he was steaming.
Right.
He's asked the way to Fareham. They've pointed him in the right direction. For some reason, he's crossed this road, stopped in lane 3. The bike has narrowly missed him, and the taxi's wiped him out.
Taxi?
Yeah. Again, it's a taxi, but he's saying it wasn't the taxi's fault.
Right.
Apparently, he'd already been in a fight, been arrested, taken to hospital where he was injured, discharged himself from hospital, and then trying to make his way home to Fareham where he lived, got run over again.
Do you consider it life-threatening at the moment?
No. Well, can't see through skin.
No, but your initial assessment. Thank you very much.
The paramedics confirm that this was a very lucky escape.
If that was head-on, he'd be dead. There's no doubt about it. He's not. We found the wing mirror of the car in the central reservation. It's a glancing blow. He's been hit by the offside of the car, and that's what saved his life.
With that news, there's no need to call upon the road death investigation team.
That's what he's just said. I've just asked him. I said, do you consider? He said no.
Right, that's fine.
If you want to verify it for your own... that's what he's just said.
If they've said that,
that's what
it is his own fault. Let's get the road open as soon as they've got.
Okay.
He was very lucky because at those speeds, as a rule, there's only one result, and that's the knock on the door to the next of kin.
All that's left to do is to retrieve the cones, then the traffic cops can get back to their donuts. But there's a problem.
We've got another accident. There's another accident.
This accident is also on the A27 and also northbound.
We only had 3 traffic cars on at the time, so the sergeant redeployed me and said, can you go and find the accident?
We know straight away what this is all about, because we got the tail end of this accident. People are not reading the matrix, and they're still continuing, and they've obviously not seen the person in front and gone up the backside of the hunchback.
We circumnavigated round, and at the back of the queue of this initial one, there was a 2-vehicle RTI.
PC Hayward's guess at what happened is right. An RTI, or fender bender, in the centre lane.
We're going to need another unit getting on that tailback now.
I'll let you do that, we can see the baby now.
I got out of the car and went down, and my concern was that we had live carriageways open in lanes 1 and 3 and people were whizzing past.
You've got live carriageways, can you get yourself over here? Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, we've got one now.
There was a lady in the front passenger seat who had sustained injuries.
Are you okay there? Yeah. We've just had somebody that's just been knocked out in the middle of the carriageway, all right, and that's why I say it's very dangerous here.
And then I went to the gentleman in the offending vehicle, so to speak, to get him out of the car.
Do you want to get out of the car, sir? We'll get you over there so you're safe.
And he practically fell out of the car. And he couldn't stand up properly.
Have you got recovery coming, John? Yeah, I'll deal with these two. Mind yourself, sir. Look to your left. Can you tell me briefly what's happened? Okay, I can smell drink on you, and I suspect... John, I think we've got a PBT. Can I have the breath kit? How much you had to drink?
PBT is police shorthand for well-oiled.
How much you had to drink? He's had 3 points.
Now we had an injured female, then on top of that, a drink driver. So it's your worst possible scenario.
The female passenger in the car, which was shunted from behind, is getting some roadside assistance from the paramedics for whiplash injuries. The driver who caused the accident also needs a helping hand to get across the road.
You can hardly stand up. Just, John.
He's about to be breathalyzed.
Right, just stand there. Right, the last time you had a drink was about an hour ago. Okay. Because you've been involved in a road traffic accident, I require you to provide me with a specimen of breath. I must inform you, failing to provide that without reasonable excuse is an offence to which you would be arrested. I can smell alcohol on you. What I'd like you to do for me, please, is take a nice deep breath and blow in it until I tell you to stop. Harder. That's fine, thank you. Okay, you've provided a positive breath test. I'm now arresting you for suspicion of drink driving. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you fail to mention something you later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence.
Charlie 59, another rolling road behind us. Chaos there.
you want to lean in against the car, because you're very unsteady on your feet and I don't want you to fall over and hurt yourself. All right. Yeah, you're right, you're very unsteady.
I didn't want him to stagger into a live lane, so...
OK, Mr Scammell, won't you almost fall
I made a judgment to get him in the back of the police car where he's out of harm's way. But then obviously that tied me up, because you can't just leave someone in the back of a police car who's drunk.
If it had been me, I would have handcuffed him to the railings on the near side. He's not going to go anywhere. Pete would argue that he has human rights, but I would say, no, he's under arrest. He's safe there. I'd have then moved the cars over the near side, had 2 free-flowing lanes, and the scene would have been smaller.
The inside lane has been blocked, however, with the ambulance coming to the injured woman and PC Hayward's rescue. But now there's a further problem for Hayward.
This gets worse. I've lost my mobile. When I ran out, it's down on the scene. I bet it's smashed every smithereens now.
Back in the middle of Portsmouth, where the girl pedestrian was run over by the taxi, accident investigators are gathering evidence.
There's some jewellery there? Yeah. We'll do that then.
But their work is being hampered by drunken passers-by who don't appreciate the gravity of the situation.
We did this problem. He did it twice. I saw him do it. Someone might die here tonight. We are investigating a crime scene and you've come along and mucked it all up.
Whoa, hang on, lads.
I'm thinking the whole time, drunks would come along, pick a fight, cause a problem, frustrate what we're trying to do.
If you're that stupid to behave like that,
It was just in my way, mate. That was it. Honestly, please.
so if things are in your way, that's how you're going to behave. What happens if people get in your way?
I've got more policemen on scene preservation in a situation like that than I would normally, because of the type of people that are coming through.
What am I going to get on for here?
Right. 0040, drunken disorderly, ripped down loads of barrier tape, came through into the scene, and then back out again. Okay. 1847, time for arrest 0040.
Easy. I'm a bit drunk. I'm a bit drinking.
A bit drunken. All right then.
He's come through our barrier tape, just deliberately snapped it, come into the scene, which obviously we're trying to investigate, it's a very serious incident, then decided there's more tape in his way, grabbed it and ripped it to go back out of the scene. He's clearly smelt quite strongly of drink and of swearing, so he's been arrested for being drunk and disorderly, and he's now going to spend some time with us in the custody suite at Portsmouth Central.
Go! We're going. Sorry.
It'll be one of those nights.
On the other side of Portsmouth, in Southsea, traffic cops PCs Chris Loynes and Phil Hunt have so far missed out on all the Friday night fun.
Sounds like they've had fun tonight down the city.
Yeah.
It's been kicking off in town and at Gum Wharf as well. Just the clubs to go.
When we start to go into the hours of darkness, and certainly kicking out time, we're always sort of thinking public order, drunkenness, you know, domestics in the streets. These are all things that are quite regular and that we might find ourselves dealing with.
It's late, the time clubbers start surfacing on the cops' radar screen.
Oh dear.
But it's a dodgy driver that comes up first.
I call it a drink drive twitch. You just get you notice it normally on bends or roundabouts or something, they just tend to run a bit wide, and then the driving they have to sort of snap the driving back into line. I don't think he was too chuffed about being stopped, but you know, there you go. We've all got driving licences. We run the risk of being stopped by the police, don't we?
The reason I stopped you is because of the manner of your driving.
My driving?
Yeah. You came onto that roundabout down the bottom at a rate of knots. You didn't have time to look at the junctions around it.
Yeah.
You might have seen one of them, but you wouldn't have seen all the junctions. It was too fast. Can I get you to just put your fag out for us? Because I'm going to do a breath test, because the manner of your driving, I'm not happy with it at the moment. Have you had anything to drink at all tonight?
No.
Nothing at all?
No.
Whereabouts you been?
North End.
Yeah, right.
Dropping them up, just picked them up.
Right, from the club?
Yeah.
Chris spoke to the driver and quite quickly established in his mind that he wanted to breathalyse him.
There you go. Keep going, 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 keep going. That's it. It takes it right from the bottom section of your lungs because it's very clever machine, draws a graph. It's finished doing its tricks. You're on 0. There's your souvenir for the evening. That reminds you to go a bit slower around roundabouts, so you stick it on your dashboard.
And we had another car pull up, completely unrelated.
My son, I think he did a HDL bomb. I come to pick up my son. My son and a couple of other friends have been attacked by a big bunch of youths down there.
Right.
He's been smacked in the face and he's got busted his
You see the mark when you. If you pull over here a second, I'm just going to finish here and we'll come and have a quick chat and grab some details off you.
His son had just been assaulted further back up the road.
The lad has taken a beating. It seems his dad came to his rescue just in time.
Just as I picked him up, all hell broke loose out down there. There was like loads of them, and they just set upon 2 of them. He went in to help his mate, and then he got smacked straight in the face by this real tall bloke.
As we were talking, Dad basically said that's some of the people that are involved over there.
They was to do with it, and that is it.
And then that's the main offender there, and he pointed to a really tall chap who was quite distinctive.
But the main offender is this bloke here, is it? He's the one who hit my son.
All right, down then.
Just a bit of luck, really, I guess. It doesn't very often work like that.
The cops are going to find out if the tall guy is indeed their man. It would appear he is. He's making a run for it.
I went down the road and Phil went down the pavement. I think he was torn between leaving his girlfriend behind and running from us. You don't have to say anything. But it may let me finish. You don't have to say anything. It may hide defence. If you're mentioned when questioned, something they try in court, and anything you do say may be given evidence.
You think for someone that was for that tall and that slim, he might be a bit of a runner, so not this time.
I'm not going to resist arrest. You don't have to handcuff me.
Well, no. I don't know you, okay, but you've been alleged to be involved in a fight tonight, and because of that, I'm going to handcuff you. He wasn't happy about that and decided he was going to try and make a break for it. Right! Right, well, tough. Get on the floor!
That's my hand. That's my hands.
Right, kneel down on the floor. Kneel down on the floor.
Cut my fucking hand.
We weren't going to let him stray away from us. Once he's under arrest, he's coming with us, so we're quite within our rights to lay hands on him and keep him very nearby.
Stand up, mate. Stand up.
What do you mean?
Oh, mate, you see us? Did he have a rock?
Oh, yeah, here you go. I was walking over Lisa. Can you confirm? Did I have a punch up tonight? No. I was walking over my girlfriend.
Now full square with me.
What are you on about? We've been with all this.
Back out of the way for a minute.
Not knowing how they're connected or related to the incident, you never know quite what's going to happen.
Oi, Steve. Oi, Steve. Get this kid's name so you can back me up, so I don't...
We'll speak to you in a minute, mate, don't worry.
I'm being wrongly nicked for something. You're taking time out of my day, because I'm going to be nicked for tomorrow as well, aren't I? Thank you.
I've had a positive identification from the father at that point, so that's enough for me to be happy that he's going to have to come in to be spoken to.
At Portsmouth Central Police Station, the suspected drink driver has come in for his chat, but he's talking gibberish.
You're what, sorry? Who's it for a living, mate? Fabrication manager.
Fabrication manager. Chris, I need to take the photograph on the floor there. I see that mark on the floor. If you go and stand me back against the wall and look up at the camera on the opposite side of the wall, I need to take your picture there.
Well, we've determined sort of 3 types of drunks. You've got a violent drunk, okay, you've got a soppy drunk, and you've just got a docile, lovey type one. And he was just drunk and he was just compliant.
The drink is beginning to have another effect on the man.
Sergeant, I have to explain something to you first, all right, about procedure if you're required to go to the toilet. Sergeant, he's asked to go to the toilet, sir.
Okay, so if you just hang fire, all right, until you're given a specimen breath.
We'll get you straight through, Chris, so you can have that.
In Southsea, the traffic cops have found 2 more victims of the earlier fight.
Okay. Were you assaulted by the same person?
Yes.
actually, to be fair. There was another guy behind him who actually, I think, punched me. But I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, it's happened a couple of times, but not something...
Not if you avoid it well enough and leave the clubs on time.
Not something we've had to deal with, really.
A police taxi has arrived for the tall guy accused of the assault to take him to the station. The police station.
Right, what's your head he's getting?
Can I ask you what police station?
Central. No.
Central.
I'll take it off. You already tried running.
Just down the road. What time is he coming out, sorry?
He'll be out between 10 and 2 tomorrow.
At the end of the day, we're still looking to lock the baddies up, aren't we? And that's what we endeavour to do. And we're still doing that.
In Portsmouth, the suspected drink driver is undergoing an evidential breath test.
That's good. Hold it there. Just keep going. Keep going. That's it. That's it. Sit down, please. I'll go for a week. 2 seconds, mate.
But there's a problem.
Breath difference.
There's an error with the machine's readings.
He blew 102 and 87. That would not be admissible in evidence because of the huge difference in the readings.
I don't need to go to the toilet. Right.
That means a blood test will be necessary.
Hang on a minute.
And yet more time without relief for Mr. Scammell.
You've gone sort of an hour now. You know, another couple of minutes is not going to make much difference. And there are any medical or other reasons why a specimen of blood cannot be taken by a doctor or a healthcare professional.
Got no problems.
Okay, thank you.
No
Come in, John.
But can I Because I've been...
Can you just wait 2 minutes, and I mean literally 2 minutes, and then we go, all right?
He never had no sympathy for the lady that he'd injured in the accident. You know, she was in a lot more discomfort than what he was.
Is there a problem? You went to one, get in, eh? Yeah, it'll be 10 max. Right.
He didn't get much sympathy. He should have drunk so much.
What's the nearest loo he is? The nearest loo?
When the results of the blood test came back, they confirmed the man was 2.5 times over the limit. He was banned from driving for 2 years and given 12 months community service. No further action was taken against the tall guy, arrested after trying to run away from the cops, after the charge of causing GBH was dropped. And the taxi driver involved in the accident with the pedestrian was also released without charge. The girl he knocked down was not seriously injured after all.